Hey guys, it's SwishWilly here, aka Lindsay. Today I'm going to take you through my favorite quick service and table service restaurants of each park and Disney Springs and tell you what my overall favorite is. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button and click that bell. Make sure you get notified each time I make a new video. Make sure you give a thumbs up and comment down below if you have any of your favorite restaurants that you might want me to either try, talk about, or just to let me know what your favorites are. What other place to start than with Magic Kingdom? My favorite quick service restaurant in Magic Kingdom is by far Columbia Harbor House. For one, it's across the way from my favorite attraction, Haunted Mansion, located in Liberty Square. And two, I'm a big seafood fan, so it just really worked out for me. What I always end up ordering there is the trio platter. It's a lot of food, but it's delicious. You get deep fried shrimp, chicken nuggets, as well as beer battered fish. Well, I think it's beer battered, maybe I made that up. But it also comes with hush puppies and french fries. Of course, they always serve it with your classic tartar sauce. I always found that Magic Kingdom is very limited in terms of table service in regards to reservations. But now that right now not everything is going as according to plan, the attendance levels are a little bit lower, it's a lot easier to get in. My favorite right now is probably Skipper Canteen, but I always end up ordering is a Congo Connie's coconut curry. It is actually on the kids menu, but for whatever reason, they tend to let adults order off it, which I'm not complaining about because it's an adequate amount of food. But I always up it and make it more adult-like by ordering the Congoloosh Spiced Excursion Ale. Oh, that beer is so good. And after a long day in Magic Kingdom, you need a beer. So Congo Connie's coconut curry, it actually is a vegetarian dish, so you can add chicken or something to it if you'd like. I just like it as is. I'm not a vegetarian, but I do enjoy it the way it is. It comes with pineapple tofu, jasmine rice, and two sides. I typically get the fingerling potatoes and broccoli. Delicious. Now let's move over to Epcot. Now Epcot's tricky because I typically only eat the quick service food if the Food and Wine Festival or the Flower and Garden Festival are not happening, because I typically try to eat the foods at the kiosks around instead of just sitting down at one specific place. I can test a whole bunch of stuff. On a non-festival day, you'll typically find me at Sunshine Seasons, which is located in the Land Pavilion. So wherever you're going to go on Soarin' and Living with the Land, that's where you'll find Sunshine Seasons. It's actually right across the way from Soarin'. I usually end up going for the oak grilled chicken. I usually get the oak grilled rotisserie chicken. It's served with black beans and yellow rice, and it's always the appropriate amount and hits the spot just right. And for my table service, this one was really hard to narrow down because there's so many good restaurants in that park. With the World Showcase being there, there's a whole bunch of different cuisines that you can try. But overall, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to roll with Japan's teppanyaki. I hope I said that right. So if you've never been to teppanyaki, it's a teppanyaki style dining. So basically you have a big grill in front of you and there's about 6 to 8 chairs around the table, so you could be eating with several other parties depending on your size. I'm usually just 2 to 4, so we usually end up getting at least one other party with us. It never fails. I always get the ebi. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Let me know how to pronounce that. Ebi. It's shrimp. The meal I get comes with 10 grilled shrimp and it's served with sunamono salad, udon noodles, vegetables, and steamed rice. It's a little on the pricier side, but you are paying for not only the food, but for the experience, because it is essentially like a dinner show. You have the chef in front of you cooking. He is entertaining you at the exact same time. Bonus tip, if you can ask to have Tomo as your chef, do it. He's the best. Now let's move over to Hollywood Studios. This one's a bit tricky. So typically when I would go and get counter service, I would end up going to Fairfax Fair on Sunset. It's actually just by Tower of Terror and right before you turn left to go into Rock and Roller Coaster. One, it's currently closed because of COVID. And two, they've actually changed the menu since I went there last. So my favorite food's actually not there anymore. And with that being said, I don't go to enough places in Hollywood Studios to give you a recent evaluation, but I will say that Fairfax Fair typically does do a really good job. So for table service at Hollywood Studios, I always go to 50's Primetime Cafe. They also have one of my favorite bars there, the Tune-In Lounge. So if you're waiting for your table, definitely grab a drink at the Tune-In Lounge or just stop right in and get one. Tune-In Lounge is currently not open due to COVID. 50's Primetime is though. Whenever I go to 50's Primetime, I don't look at the menu anymore. I always get Aunt Liz's fried chicken. Yep. Better? Yeah, hopefully. Yeah. No problem. All right, safari goers, put on your pith helmet and let's go to Animal Kingdom. So my favorite quick service at Animal Kingdom is Yak and Yeti's local cafes. From what I understand is that Yak and Yeti is actually more of a chain. It's not solely for Disney World or solely for Animal Kingdom, but it's okay because it's freaking delicious and it's still my favorite. What I always end up ordering at Yak and Yeti is the sweet and sour tempura shrimp. So it's essentially shrimp tempura, sweet and sour sauce, and white rice. Super simple, but it's so good, and it usually gets served in these cute little takeout containers. Now, for table service at Animal Kingdom, I actually haven't been to a lot of places. I don't know if I've actually been to one at Animal Kingdom. I don't think so. So we're actually gonna cheat a little bit and we're gonna go to the Animal Kingdom Lodge. It was really hard for me to narrow it down which restaurant I really liked in Animal Kingdom Lodge because they're all really good. However, with the Indian bread service, Sanaa takes the cake for me. So as I mentioned, the Indian bread service, if you're going to Sanaa, I highly recommend that you do the bread service because it's next level. Now the bread service is super filling, so I always advise that you eat a little bit before your entree and then keep picking at it while you're eating your entree. You don't have to worry about not being hungry anymore for your entree. Now for my entree. I always get the African-inspired biryani and shrimp. I really hope I pronounced that right. The shrimp comes with fragrant rice, seasonal vegetables influenced by the Cape of Good Hope. For those who don't know, the Cape of Good Hope is actually a rocky area on the Atlantic coast of the Cape Peninsula in South Africa. Now that we've covered all of the parks, we're gonna head over to Disney Springs and see what they got. So I've been going to Disney World since Disney Springs was called Downtown Disney, like I'm sure a lot of you have. So I'm kind of biased in terms of counter service. Now, while Disney Springs has developed a lot and there's a lot more quick service options, I still end up falling back always to Earl's Sandwich. Another chain, but another chain that's delicious. Now there's two sandwiches I alternate between when I go. My first one is actually the holiday sandwich minus the cranberry sauce. That sandwich was actually only available at one point during Thanksgiving and the Christmas seasons. However, it was so popular that they just have it there year round. And my second sandwich of choice is the caprese sandwich. Now we're gonna talk about my favorite table service restaurant. There's a lot of restaurants, both quick service and table service at Disney Springs. But right now, my favorite currently is Chef Art Smith's Homecoming. The great thing about Homecoming is it's actually your only farm-to-table restaurant on Disney property. While I've only ever been there for brunch, I can imagine how good the menu must be all week long, but this review is going to be brunch. So I'm going to highly recommend that everyone starts with the deviled eggs. I'm a big deviled eggs fan, and for whatever reason, those ones were next level. I don't know what was done differently, but it was delicious. For my brunch entree, I get the fried egg and avocado toast. This avocado toast is served on Cuban bread, obviously with a fried egg and avocado, but it also comes with arugula, radish, pickled red onions with olive oil and a little bit of lemon. So I also added on the pecan smoked bacon because I just like bacon with my breakfast. So with my brunch, I got coffee, water, but I also made sure to get one of the Rise and Shine cocktails. The cocktail of my choice was what they call the local. It's Rum Haven coconut water, rum, lime, simple syrup, and fresh pineapple. Like, who doesn't like a good drink with brunch? Now, the moment you've all been waiting for, SwishWilly's overall favorite across Disney property. The Boathouse. I went to Boathouse for the very first time this year on my birthday, which wasn't that long ago, but this place is so good that I can't even think of something that comes close. Now, I'm a massive oyster fan, which is a huge draw for Boathouse goers because they're one of the few places on property that serve oysters in the half shell. So their fish specials and their oysters are constantly rotating each day because they get their fresh fish in each morning. The oysters I had, I can't for the life of me remember what they were called. However, I do know that they are a Boathouse exclusive. So if you're particular like I am with your oysters, you're gonna wanna talk to your server and ask which one is great for your palate. I really like briny and salty, and my server definitely instructed me on the perfect ones, and I was not disappointed. Now for my entree, I will probably never get anything else on the menu because this was so good. I was shocked at how much I enjoyed it. It was the coriander seared ahi tuna. It was cooked to perfection. It is on the spicier side, which I was surprised I enjoyed because I'm not typically a big spice fan. However, it just paired perfectly with the tuna. It has shishito peppers, soy lime vinaigrette, sriracha, and wasabi mayonnaise. What topped this whole meal off was the cocktail I got. I got their Christmas Old Fashioned. So I'm a huge Christmas fan, so the name alone had me intrigued. I also love a good old fashioned, and trust me, I'm a little picky with my old fashioned. So I was like, you know what? I'll give it a try. I had kind of low expectations, but it was next level. So it's served with Heaven's Door whiskey, fresh cranberry, and rosemary. So good. Now, while cocktails run through a little on the pricier side at Disney World, this one is well worth it. Thank you for watching this video on my favorite restaurants, and I hope that I inspired you for your upcoming Disney vacation. If you like this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up, click that subscribe button, and make sure you hit that notification bell so you're notified every single time I make a new video. Have an awesome day.